Welcome to Basic Budget. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about retirement, how to plan for it, and what happens if you don't. Let's start with some basics. Income is not as important as spending and saving habits. What I mean by that is, you don't have to make a lot of money just to have a happy and comfortable retirement. The goal is just to match or come close to your current lifestyle without relying on Social Security. Remember, good habits can get you ahead in life, more than you would think. Here is our basic advice for retirement. Always max out your 401k contributions at least up to what your employer is willing to match. We will always recommend setting your contribution rate at 15%. Remember, Roth 401ks and IRAs can be a good option for younger workers who expect to be in a higher tax bracket when they retire. Regular 401ks and IRAs are taxed when you start withdrawing. Now let's get into some of the ways this can go wrong.
John's in Kansas City. Hey, John, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking the call. My issue today is I'm 66. I don't have much money saved for retirement. We don't make a lot of money. Like I said, we pastor a small church, and there's been times we've had to get taking a paycheck.
Much respect for this pastor and his calling. His problem is not his income, and it never was. The problem here is a lack of planning. If you're young and you're not taking steps today to get yourself on track with retirement, you're going to end up like this poor couple who are nearing retirement age and starting to panic because they didn't set aside what they should have when they were younger. Again, this is not to knock what this pastor does for a living. You can help others and help yourself as well. It's important to note that Dave Ramsey also preaches getting yourself into a good position first, and once you are in a position to give generously. It's also important to note that if you are older, it's not too late, and there are ways to catch back up. You will have to make sacrifices in the short term, however.
And how much nest egg have you got?
About $35,000. Yes.
Okay. All right. And what's your household income these days?
We're about $70,000, including everything.
Okay. And are both of you planning to stay in the same work situation for the next few years?
Yes. Yeah, I plan to stay here. You know, it's not a career choice with me. It's actually a calling, and
I appreciate that.
Otherwise, I might have had something that had a better look for something that had a better pay package. But it's really not about that. It's about ministering to people. And,
absolutely.
And this is just where I'm at.
You have a great heart, and so what I would tell you is I got 2 goals for you in 5 years.
Perfect. I'm ready for you.
Get the house paid off and put $100,000 in mutual funds.
Okay.
Still not.
I will say this is a lot easier said than done, but it's not impossible. This couple is living on around $70,000 a year, and they need to save $100,000 in 5 years. That's $20,000 a year. This is the level of saving you have to be at if you didn't plan ahead and put in 15% of your income over your entire career. That's not to mention that in this short time frame, a mutual fund may not return as much as expected for a longer-term investor. This is a risk that this couple has to take to have a chance at retirement. Even then, they will likely need to downsize their house and lifestyle substantially if they live to 80 and beyond.
Funny, but not funny, haha. Funny, I'm gonna have a breakdown.
The only thing worse than not contributing something into a 401k or IRA is pulling out early, as the penalty can be huge. There are ways to get money from your 401k in an emergency. One of those ways is to take out a loan against your 401k. This has the benefit of you taking a loan from yourself and allowing your 401k to remain in the market, gaining interest, and then you can pay that back over time.
I left my job. I took out that 401k
Because
of gas and
Because
maintenance.
we didn't have an emergency
because I
fund.
didn't have an emergency fund
for Legoland.
for Legoland. In
So
Arizona
because of
and hotels
Legoland,
and-
in the end, the math works out that
It
Legoland
does.
We took out money from our 401k for Legoland. It's essentially what happened.
Had dinner and making memories with my wife and kids, and
not memories for them. They couldn't remember. They're just entering memory stage of
you'll
life.
be surprised at how smart a 3-year-old is.
I'm sure they can be smart when they can know how to point out what a pen is or something. I don't know. That's exciting. But we know when people start forming memories and they're in that area, there's going to be pictures. It's really great. But they'll also really be able to remember when mom and dad are unable to retire and they're putting their life on hold in order to fund you.
I have a plan to retire, though.
Oh,
I do.
Please tell me this grand wisdom plan. Because you've been so good so far at financial life. Does it involve AMC this time?
It does not.
Oh,
it does
good.
not.
Which new meme stock are we on?
No meme stocks. I'm done with the meme stock. I did the Dogecoin when it first came out.
Of course you did.
But I only did $10, so it was like money. It's like, here's $10. If it goes up, it goes up. And it did, and then I sold it, and I got like $12, $13 out of it. It wasn't a big deal. But that was many years ago. That was like 4 or 5 years ago I did that, 2020. But my new plan to get us to a retirement now is with the job that I have now, where I'm able to invest in my 401k on a regular basis.
What about when the next vacation pops up? What if you want to go to the ancient holy land of upstate New York and show that with the kids?
We are planning kind of like a staycation. We go to Boise every year. Every summer we go to Boise for a day, just a day, and we budget $150 for that trip. We do budget that. We may not be able to make that happen this year.
This clip brings up another good point. If you prepare for emergencies, i.e. an emergency fund, you don't have to end up falling back on your 401k in times of need. This goes without saying, but you should never fund a vacation with your 401k. All you have to do is figure out how much the vacation will cost and set aside a small amount every month towards that goal. The same should go for any large purchase.
Paul is with us. Paul is in Jacksonville, Florida. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey, Dave. How are you? Very exciting to finally be talking to you.
You too. How can we help?
Well, here's the thing. So I am 4 months away from being debt-free, and I have zero. I'm 55 years old, and I have zero for retirement.
Being debt-free is great, and that puts this man ahead of many people. Being debt-free is not the end-all be-all, however, and if you don't have a retirement, simply being debt-free may not be enough to save you. It can certainly help with expenses in retirement, however, and most people do have at least a paid-off house when reaching retirement age, and this should be a goal that you strive for as well.
I come out of a bad divorce and had to pay a lot of debt, and so, but I'm 4 months away. And my question is what's the best thing for me to do? I mean, to invest money, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, what we're going to teach you to do is to be debt-free. Then your next goal is to have your emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses.
Right.
And then once you've done that, you start investing 15% of your income into retirement.
I'm going to respectfully disagree slightly with Dave here. If you are nearing retirement with zero saved, you should probably jack your savings rate up a bit, maybe 20, 25% or more if possible. For those age 50 and older, you are allowed to contribute more to a retirement plan, but this may not be enough to see you through your entire retirement. So setting aside extra to put into stocks or mutual funds may give you that extra push you need to retire comfortably.
Do you own a home?
No, I do not.
Okay. Are you planning on buying a home?
Well, it's kind of a funny thing. I got remarried, and the woman, the love of my life, who I got married to, she owns her home. So that's where I am.
Okay. Well, we are married, and we have a paid-for house.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good deal you got there.
Well, right. Well, it's not as cut and dry as that, but.
Well, let me. Have y'all combined your finances, Paul? Because you're using a lot of her and I statements here, like we got separate things going on.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I think you're going to struggle to build wealth.
Yes, sir.
Because
yes, sir.
Not working together is essential. It's one of the data points that we see with families that become wealthy is they work together, and they overcome the wounds and the hurts of the past in order to do that. And you're either going to, it's up to you. You can do it or not do it. But I'm just telling you that everything we know about what we do says that couples that work together have a much higher probability of living their dreams. It's but aside from that, the answer to your overall question is you start investing since you don't have a house payment, and I'm guessing that you're not having to support kids in college, or you would have mentioned that, then you're down to all you can. You have taken the shortest path to building your own nest egg, which is to become debt free. And so normally we would put you at baby step 4 after this, but you don't have a house payment, so really you're at baby step 7. And so once you get your emergency fund in place, you're going to max out all retirement that you can get your hands on. Max out a Roth IRA with a SmartVestor Pro, max out your 401k at work, or you said you're self-employed, you look at a simple IRA there, or a SEP, depending on your situation. SmartVestor Pro can help you with both of those. So depending on your...
There you have it. Dave did finally come around to advising this individual to max out his saving and retirement funds after learning that he does not have a house that needs to be paid off. I can agree with him there. Let's look at some examples of what saving for retirement actually looks like. Say you make $40,000 per year. Remember, 401k and IRA contributions are pre-tax, so these contributions are not taxed as income. A Roth will be taxed at today's rate instead of the rate at the time of withdrawal like a traditional 401k. 15% of $40,000 will be $6,000 per year plus your employer match. Let's say you're 25 and your income increases 3% per year and the market returns 8% per year. You retire at 65 and expect to live at least until 85, and inflation is at 3%. Your expected balance at the end will be $3 million. Now, a lot of people might scoff at that and say, I want to enjoy my money now, not when I'm old and can't do anything with it. Trust me when I say those people are the ones who end up calling Dave and asking what the heck are they supposed to do now that they have 20 to 30 years of life left to live and no money to live it with. You don't want to be in that position. It's a relatively small sacrifice now for a greater reward later, something our society is lacking in this day and age. I want to thank each and every one of you sincerely for watching this video. It would help me tremendously if you liked this video and subscribed for more videos like this. Also, if you're feeling extra kind, please share this video to a friend or family member that is struggling with what to do in retirement.